Dear friends, good evening. Please write back to me whether you can hear and see me well. Please rank it on the scale of 10, when 10 means that you can see and hear me perfectly, and 1, I hear nothing. I see only 10s. Very good. Great. I'm happy to see all of you here. Great. Yes, hello, everyone. Hello, dear friends. Just give me 5 minutes and I will activate myself because I'm still behind my wheel. Okay, very good. Thank you. So, shall we start? Or rather, I suggest to arrange our today's AMA session in the following manner. First, I will share the news because I have a full notebook full of news. So I'm going to have a peek into it once in a while. I'm doing it exclusively not to miss anything. Second important thing, we have a question form that you filled in previously. And I guess we have collected a total of 27 questions. We'll cover all of them as well. I hope that we'll be able to do it within 1 hour, but as it usually happens, we always go over the time. Let's try to do that. If at the end of time, we'll get into the zone and new questions start to pop up, maybe we'll do it longer than 1 hour. So I'll take my notebook and I will go down the list now. I found it. Good. So, dear friends, globally speaking, what are we focused on now? We do a lot of work with validation nodes. We have entered the final lap, and when we'll start answering your questions, so there will be a lot of questions about the listing time. Of course, they repeat themselves, but we'll cover them anyway. So we continue perfecting the services. For each of the services, we have a roadmap, their development plan, and scale up. We're going to rebrand absolutely all applications and services, and they will be transferred for their independent and individual development. We're going to share some of this information as well. In each service, you will see additional information about their new title, so don't miss it, so that you will be able to find that service in the list of applications because the names will change. Now, as far as nodes are concerned, you might know already that the link to your back office has changed. Now all the tokens have been recalculated into coins, and we have totally converted your tokens to coins. Whoever owned DexNet tokens, wherever you kept them on wallets, back corners or something, before 31st of January, you had to convert them to coins. A question we receive frequently: what will happen to DexPoint? DexPoint, by the closer to the listing, will have some solutions for the conversion and withdrawal of this token. At this moment in time, we have sold 8,693 Dex nodes. We have a threshold. This is the time as of last 10 minutes. After selling those nodes, the bonus 15,000 coins will be reconfigured. You remember that we had only 20,000 nodes and 10,000 will be sold based on the old conditions, up to 15,000 coins allocated. Now, after we sell them out, we will change the allocation condition. On DexPN now, about 10 days ago, we rolled out an update. We notified all the clients in the bot. The feedback we received from the users is very positive. DexPN Android can be downloaded in Google Play. And we have prepared one for iOS App Store as well. It's being reviewed by App Store, so it takes under 2 weeks usually, maybe longer. Now, you can never tell. Generally speaking, we're preparing that application for the scale up. Gradually, it will graduate from the Telegram bot base and will be a fully based on application. I will ask moderators, if you see some kind of links to Wikipedia, please filter this information and ask Ivan to leave the Zoom. Dex Mobile. We're connecting the payment in different currencies, and we'll add internal wallet So some of the remnants will go to that wallet and you'll be able to use it to pay for the bundles. Good. The next stage for us would be topping up with the boot eSIMs. Now the model is working in this way that if you activate a SIM card, as soon as you run out of gigabytes, you need to reissue the card. Now we are trying to roll out a solution when without the reissuing the card, you'll be able to top up the same one periodically. Now, about crypto cards is a very important update as far as simple cards are concerned. We have done the mailing to in the bots that these cards, those people who receive those cards, that we are completing the or finishing our cooperation with that provider. So please use up the balance that you still have on those cards. I was talking about this from the very beginning. I will repeat it once again. I will stay true in future as well. Once again, neither me nor DexNet should be held responsible for the assets placed on crypto cards, because crypto cards are not our products. And whatever we can do is just to give you a head up when the storm is coming, so that we can tell you, the guys, please spend up the balance from those cards. Listen to us. If you have friends, loved ones who are still using those cards, who did not attend a May session, please share that information with them. I told you in the beginning, don't store your assets on crypto cards. It doesn't matter whether it is ours or not. We just put there whatever we need to spend right here and now. So whatever you still have as a balance on those eSIM cards, spend it up, because we're going to contract a different provider. So DexSAFE, we are working on the functionality of coin claim, and we will add a new function of stop staking. Again, internal deadline is end of May. So it's just an internal deadline. Stop staking is the ability to withdraw tokens and coins from staking and transfer them to a regular smart contract. Coin claim will be possible only in the crypto wallet. I guess it would be wrong to say only in the DexSAFE, right? Only in crypto wallet. That's right. That would be the right way to say. We will tell them later which one, how. We will roll out the full tutorial instructions as long as you're here with us now. And maybe I will turn it over to you. Please share the news about blockchain, because I've just shared the news about what is happening here. And then we'll move to the actual Q&A session. I guess a lot of answers will be heard, because we had a peek at many questions about blockchain there. But generally speaking, everything is done according to our roadmap. We do it by the book. We have the team, which is onboarding C-levels. You can see it. And I strongly recommend you signing up on official X1 EcoChain channels, because there you can read all the official and relevant information. And we try to use those posts to tell all the updates. Most interesting thing happening here now, we are undergoing all sorts of due diligence checkups from different exchanges and foundations, family offices. A lot of information is going to be posted this week and next week about this task. I just don't want to jump ahead of myself. I want you to see all of these things in real time, for you to understand that we're not simply sitting behind the scenes doing nothing. No, a lot of work is done about exchange, launch pads, all sorts of collaborations. And I guess you can see yourself that AMA sessions are organized with the top projects. And we already have platforms where we unite to sell DEX nodes, the platforms which in Web3 community are well known. And their main job is to disseminate nodes of different blockchains. And we are already collaborating with them. I'm not going to name names just now who are going to endorse the company, just follow our news, then we'll be aware of all of them. Another important update is that a lot of important work is done on the territory of UAE and other neighboring territories like Abu Dhabi and Qatar and Saudi Arabia. There are guys who can introduce us there, and we're working on that. We want to upgrade our blockchain infrastructure to a totally different level so that not only Web3 community would understand this, and other guys, some traditional foundations, accelerators, some grant program would participate there on the territory of UAE and other countries. So it's being actively marketed now, and we are coming closer to the Mainnet and the listing time. And a very important stage in our work is what we're witnessing right now. This is what took us so many months and even years to reach. And our blockchain is being audited now. Very soon, we're going to announce the results and findings and who did that auditing. They're quite well-known guys. But I want all of this to be released to the market gradually, one step at a time, just like originally planned, for you to understand that we have a plan and we stick to it. I guess that very soon we're going to tell you about all these updates, but soon we're going to cover other subject matters and tell you about blockchain as well. What else can I add? I can say that we have launched an active phase of onboarding large funds, and we are undergoing the required stages of signing contracts with them. Soon you will learn about them, those people who are aware of crypto enthusiasts and crypto foundations. You might have seen and heard about them before. And the collaborations that will be announced this week, you will surely know those projects because they're quite well known on the market. We'll have some collabs and integrations with them. I know that there are a lot of questions about the wallet that we're integrating with Atomic Wallet. It is also one of the projects where we are integrating it. We will integrate the blockchain with different protocols and different wallets and stories related to Web3. So please expect it and follow the news, because we'll have many news updates. We just don't know how to distribute it more evenly, not to overload you with too much information. So Alexei, let's start with the Q&A, because I'm sure then we'll answer some of the questions that our community already has. There are some tricky questions. Yeah, I like tricky questions, because now I'm going to make all the announcements and those questions will be irrelevant. So I need to first open up the list of questions. Yeah, that's the best way. Okay, questions, please open up. No, I will do it differently. I already have those questions. They are being even classified somehow. I asked my team to classify the questions, or rather categorize them by different blocks. Question 1, I see it here already, the number of nodes to be sold at by all conditions, 20,000. Yes, 20,000, same threshold. We're going to reach the same threshold, just like Alexis said. We have 1,300 plus nodes to sell. That will follow the conditions of 15,000 coins as an add-on on all other privileges to be given to such nodes, and the remaining 10,000 will be granted less number of coins, about 5,000. So now is the best time to enter this number. You still have this chance. Otherwise, we are approaching 20,000 because there is a general understanding how to work with the total number of 20,000, how to scale up the ecosystem, to scale it up into a really large ecosystem with 20,000 DEX nodes. Thank you, Igor. Colleagues, if you don't mind, I'm going to read out questions without the name of the author of the question and the city where they live to make it quicker. Now the company is saying that 20,000 notes, not more. Then maybe it will decide that they can add more. Where's the guarantee that they will not decide against it? They're asking for guarantee here. And people who are motivated to buy the note, considering its short supply, are not going to face a situation when more notes are going to be manufactured and sold, thus diluting the pool. I'm going to read this name anyway. It's Mikhail. Rostokin Mikhail. So, number one, Mikhail, you're asking for a guarantee. Nobody in this world can give you such a guarantee. Nobody. Even you yourself cannot give yourself a guarantee of what will happen tomorrow. That's how this world is organized, fortunately or unfortunately. So nobody can give you a guarantee like that. Secondly, I will be totally honest with you that it's not a fact that's going to happen just like that. Because initially, remember what we are talking about, that we're going to limit that number to 20,000 notes, not more at this moment in time. Why at this moment in time? Because our task is to make sure that the nodes would operate. The nodes should benefit the company. As long as the nodes make money for the company, it will affect the coin exchange rate and your rate of return as well. So what are we encountering at this moment in time? We see that, okay, let's make it simple, not to repeat what I've said many times before at other AMA sessions. So I'll give you this fact. Until 20,000 are fully loaded with information, we're not going to sell more. Our task now is to sell up to 20,000 nodes, then to fill them up with data, transfer both physical and virtual nodes. Only after that, maybe we'll additionally upgrade the virtual nodes. And only after that, if we see that we have hit the ceiling after all the upgrades and all our nodes are fully working at their installed capacity and more clients coming in asking for more storage space, but we cannot provide more, then we'll sell more DEX nodes, maybe 1,000 more, maybe 500. Then we'll be moving forward based on the demand from the client or the customer. On the one hand, yes, it will dilute the reward pool. On the other hand, it will increase it as well. So the decision was made not to fully have a limit of 20,000 written in stone, no matter what happens on the market. No, it's important to remain flexible. That's why I'm being honest with you totally. Next question, virtual nodes, professional ones. Doesn't mean that there will be no more manufacturing of physical nodes. It's more likely than yes, but it's not a fact, because it's quite likely that then we'll have something else. I'm not going to tell you the full story, but we are working on some new solutions, and we have other nodes, those nodes that we're using at the moment, but we're also working on new node designs, new node solutions. So I'm not going to give you a guarantee that we'll have no other nodes. It's business, and business should remain flexible, and we should make sure that all the participants of this business are in the win-win. If somebody is losing, others are winning. This is not the right business arrangement, the way I see it. But if we see that we start losing together with the community, that we're not supplying more physical nodes and there's a need for them, then we'll do that. But if there is no need for that, that we are not going to do that. So everything is changing so quickly that we need to be very responsive to the market needs. Let's move on. Do I understand correctly that in March you're planning to do the Mainnet? Yes, that's right. Tell us, please, when was the testnet and what are its results? Testnet is happening right now. We haven't finalized it yet. We are at the stage of doing the audit. As far as the testnet is concerned, Igor is going to share some numbers because we have things to be proud of. Igor, over to you now. Yes. Moreover, I'm going to start sharing my screen, if I may. Yes, that would be great. And I'm going to show to you what's happening with testnet and what numbers we have there. Just give me a second, and I'm going to share it. I guess you can see my screen. Yes, we can see your screen. Look, we have here, this is the testnet site. You can see everything here. We're not hiding anything. If you look at it every day, we have almost 1 million transactions every day. Daily transactions are around 1 million every day. So we have created more than 40 million addresses on testnet already on the blockchain, 60 plus million transactions in total. There was a question somewhere about the transactions and the loads. So the loads are very good. We have tested it and we see that in one day, there was 1.5 million once. I remember the maximum point somewhere 1.3, 1.5. Yes, 1.1 here. So the daily load is quite good and we understand that it's working. And when you enter this site and see that it works no worse than Binance Smart Chain or other blockchains, you realize that it works and it's cool. If you enter the chart, you can get even a more detailed breakdown. If you go to active wallets, you will see 1.2 million active wallets who did a couple of transactions each. And you can get it verified in real time. All the statistics, whoever wants to see everything, you can see it here. So testnet is there. There is good load and grow. So we are and bridge and others you can I don't need numbers there telling us how many test nets were there before that for the past few years that there is tested want to see share maybe show it to others who need expert assessment maybe. Thank you, Igor. See, you get the load findings and broadcast light to you. In 2024, we bought a validation right. Very good. Okay, I'm going to open up the question. Now it's February of 2026, exactly. And the network has not entered Mainnet yet. Our 3 nodes have been working since April. It would be thankful if you could explain the current status and the realistic time frame. So far, everything is by the plan. Nothing changes. Our internal deadline is 20th of March. So far, we stick to the plan. What is happening now? Now we are in the testnet mode and in the mode of audit of the blockchain and smart contracts. As soon as we get a result of the audit, after that, we move to the Mainnet. Why not now exactly? Because if the audit shows us that something can be improved, it would be impossible to do it in Mainnet. It is, but it is still possible on testnet. Next thing, for the blockchain to continue to operate, we need all validators, and we had quite long delays with validation DEX nodes with their integration to the blockchain and their appearance online because some of them were offline for quite a while. We connected 300 nodes quite quickly, but the remaining 200, it took us so much time with the node owners to connect them to the system. But we have entered the final lap already. We're not going to wait for everybody, for all 500 nodes. We're going to enter Mainnet with 495. If there will be some 5 remaining ones, there will not be, then we'll do it in Mainnet. I see a question about this. I shared the link to Maculatus for them to see the scanner And there was a question also how to participate in the testnet. This is the second link I'm sharing that will allow you to enter and participate in the testnet, do some assignments and get some points for that. And later on, get some airdrop and a reward for that. You are free to participate, create transactions and other things. As for the audit, who does this, I guess this information will be released afterwards. Yeah, when we get all the reports in place, we're not going to ask for CertiK or not CertiK. When we announce it, then you will see it. Very good. Thank you. Let's move on. Please tell us about the coin staking. We would like to learn more about that. Igor, then I will turn it over to you. Staking will be activated as soon as the coin is listed. After that, there will be a possibility to collect your coins, claim them, as if we use the crypto lingo, you'll be able to collect your coins available to you during the listing time, and those coins, after ongoing certain path for their claiming, will offer you the possibility for staking, and that will be a unique opportunity. That will be an exclusive staking, because there you'll be able to stake coins at 20, 25, or even 30 annual percentage. It won't be readily available on the market. If I simply go and buy coins on the market, I won't be able to find such a staking opportunity. It will be offered only to the DexNode owners and those people who bought coins before the listing time. They will have such a unique staking and claiming opportunity to stake coins at such high percentage. So as soon as we list the coin, after that, those people who will start claiming it will have the staking function available. So enter it for 1, 2, 3 years, will get 20, 25, 30%. Its uniqueness is in fact that nobody else can offer this. And it is offered for only for limited number of coins, who will be eligible for such staking. Hopefully I've answered your question. Yes, thank you, Igor. Igor, can you please answer all the questions related to coin and listing? Okay, no problem. It's question number 8. X1 coin, which are added to DexNode. What is the main advantage compared to coins bought on exchange? There is no difference. If we're talking about coins that you get once as an extra bonus, this 15,000 coins, they will work based on the same algorithm as the coins, which are turned from the tokens to coins. The same algorithm will be applied to them. In the same manner, there is a category of coins who will be released from staking. That's a different category a bit, but the coins that you will get as an add-on to the DexNode, they will follow the same algorithm as the coins or tokens that you have bought, and which will be converted to coins. They will follow the same smart contracting conditions. 5% will be released after listing, 6 months of cliff, and 1/24 of them of vesting. Why so? Because that's the only way we can do it. This way we follow the same algorithm. There's clear math behind this to show how much of it is released to the market in terms of tokenomics and the rest. I guess it's quite self-evident. Tell us, please, those DexNet tokens that we were buying at the exchange and then trading stopped and they were converted to coins. How can we claim them fully at the listing? I repeat once again, those tokens that have been converted to coins, they will follow the general tokenomics of X1 ecochain. They will work under the same smart contract. In other words, 5% will be released for claim, then 6 months of cliff, and then 1/24 of them will be vested at regular intervals. Some people consider it as a disadvantage, but you should consider it as an advantage as well, because the coin value will grow in value, and this way your capital will grow along with that. Hopefully I've answered this question as well. Next, when 15,000 coins are going to be activated that we bought with a DexNode, same question applies at the listing time. As soon as we list the coin, at that moment in time, you will have the button to claim the coin that will be available to you. And I repeat that 5% out of 15,000, those people who buy the Dex node, they will have 15,000 coins as an add-on, and 5% of it will be released to you for the claim. You can do whatever you want. You can sell, you can stake it, whatever you want. That's the answer to you about 15,000 coins. When we'll get the tripling of tokens bought at the of coins at the pre-sale, all the recalculations of previous rounds will be done and recalculated at the listing moment. You will see in your personal cabinet or in your back office the number of coins that you own. And based on the following tokenomics smart contract, you'll be able to get 5% cliff and 1/24th vesting at equal intervals. The tokenomics is the same everywhere. Once again, we go back to the need. Basically, you need to be subscribed to all the channels to understand how it's going to happen. Virtually all the instructions will be made available to you. The instruction on how to claim it, how to stake it, all the other functionalities will be fully described. So please follow the news. All the instructions will be released by us. Which coins will have 10% unlock during listing? There are only certain types of coins like advisors coins and the ambassadors coins who are provided to advisors and ambassadors. All others will just have 5% claim. But advisors coins or special foundation coins who follow somewhat different rules, they can get 10%. But again, this is not a huge number, which is not going to affect the market. You can see it before the listing. What else? There is a following question. How coins bought in seed round can be claimed? Again, and fully understandable and standard process. The rules are the same for all. To claim your coins, you will have to enter the claim page, pass certain steps, and at the end, you claim your coins in the crypto wallet, which we will launch very soon. And that wallet, you'll be able to claim all your coins. Once again, the instruction is the same for all. There is not going to be a big difference for all. One instruction, one path for all. And all these instructions are going to be provided on time for you. Next, the partners who bought virtual nodes on by the giveaway or pre-sale, how they are going to get them. The ones who got it by pre-sale, not by pre-sale, all the tokens are converted into coins, and those coins can be seen in the back office of X1 EcoChain. In the dashboard and the back office where you have DexNode, you have your own back office where you see the DexNode, and in the same back office you see not tokens now but coins, X1, and you will see how many you have there. And after that, you'll be able to enter claim stage, staking. It starts, the whole journey starts from there. So there in that personal cabinet, you will see it. That's the answer to your first question. Secondly, do you understand correctly that those dozens of DexNet tokens who were sent to staking in the beginning and now are converted to coin became less valued than the coin acquired with the token? Well, if you calculate by math, it is so, but there are different privileges. For the early adopters, when they bought the initial Dex nodes, they got the initial privileges, then the second wave got their other privileges, and so on and so forth. We provided different privileges to different people. I think it's quite fair, no matter how you look at this. Whoever entered first, they acquired the additional advantages, and others who bought it at the giveaway or pre-sale also got their advantages that are easily explainable. And question number 3, why staking button has been inactive for quite a while? Valerie is writing this question. Valerie, staking of token in the format available before is no longer active. Staking will be reactivated only after the listing. You'll be able to stake X1 coins. At the moment, will you be able to claim your coins? At that moment in time, staking button will be activated. You can decide whether to stake it or not. Those people who managed to stake their tokens before, it will continue to work just like before. Nothing will change, just like before. As soon your tokens will be released from staking, they will be automatically converted into coins according to the smart contract of our tokenomics for those tokens which are now being staked. 1/24 of them will be released from staking. If I'm not mistaken, 1/24 of them will be vested for coins. So there is no staking. And that's why at this moment in time, the staking button has been deactivated. Thank you, Igor. Yeah, 2 more questions about the coins. Okay, do it. When there will be Mainnet for blockchain, one will be able to connect the wallets to get them from pre-sale. When there be Mainnet blockchain? Mainnet blockchain, we already mentioned, is expected in March. When the connection between wallets, you can connect your wallet already now, or do it before Mainnet to make sure that you claim it to that wallet. Next question 1, there will be a messenger, and is there a small affiliate attached to that? I understand the question. So if there is a messenger, and will there be an affiliate program attached to that? Messenger is prepared very soon. We are entering the full process of the release and the production process. I guess that very soon is going to be made official and represented everywhere. And as far as the affiliate program, partnership program is concerned, it will happen in some format, but so far it's too early to announce it. We'll do it as soon as we release this messenger, and you'll be able to understand how it will work. But I promise it's going to be very interesting. If Alexei, you have anything to add, you can do it now. I just want to add it as soon as we have this information in place. I mean, it's already happening, but we don't want to release too much information because we give a coming attraction announcement and people start asking questions about fait accompli. Another question about virtual node board before the 20th March. Number of coins for the nodes is going to be increased as well. I don't understand the question. If you bought a virtual node before the 20th of March, before the launch of the blockchain, if I understand correctly, the number of coins for the node is going to be increased as well. The number of coins, daily number of coins that you will get from the reward pool is going to increase based on how the whole ecosystem increases. All the services and products to pop up in the X1 ecochain whenever they will be receiving, accepting coins as a means of payment from that size of coins that will be paid by people for services. From that amount, 40% will be paid back to the community, to the node holders who keep them active. And that's how it will increase it. The more services, in other words, will be connected, the more services will grow in numbers, the more will be this payment. So everything depends on us, on the whole community. So if we develop services, tokenomics, and the whole ecosystem, then a lot will depend on how much coins each person will get after the listing, after Mainnet, and so on. So here we need to have a teamwork like an ecosystem, and the more services accept payment in coins, the more percentages we'll have. Hopefully I've answered this question. So this is the question that we were discussing with Alexei. When blockchain and its surrounding infrastructure, like the custody and liquidity, will be fully prepared for the acceptance of full tokenization of real world assets. I don't fully understand the question at the moment. Actually, you can see already by Testnet that We already have millions of transactions. We hold it very well, and blockchain it's is 1% of its internal capacity is used up only. But as soon as we list our coin, ever since then, please, whoever wants to scale up or create their tokens or tokenize their businesses, they are free to approach us already. Everything is there. We have infrastructure, we have smart contracts, everything to create and tokenize your business and launch it at X1 EcoChain. And that would be Dex Exchange as well, where you'll be able to list your token there. And at Dex Exchange, you'll be able to promote and develop it there. And maybe other exchanges will be attached to that. You'll be able to do it as soon as the listing starts. What interest to this topic can you see now? And what do you expect from this sector in the following years? Our WA market now is at the top of the top. This is highly trendy, real world assets. When we're talking about tokenization of different businesses, tokenization of anything is possible. That's a new trendy thing. It's going to grow. By 2028 is going to be $1 trillion market, $1 trillion market. And we see huge future there. That's why we're fully prepared for that tokenization. Moreover, we already are in touch with a few traditional businesses who want to be tokenized, who want to promote RWA, and we are actively working in that direction. We know how to use it in our ecosystem, and that direction has been part of our blockchain already. We can use it, and we can start developing there with X1 EcoChain because we have infrastructure, we have minimal commissions for that, and whatever is done with blockchain is done easily there because it's EVM blockchain. We can easily create contracts easily, just like we already have cases in Binance Smart Chain and Ether and other ones. Thank you, Igor. Let's move on. Hello, Igor and Alexei and the whole team, everyone who is in chat. Tell us, please, before that, there were a lot of videos on the YouTube channel. Now I cannot find them. Maybe there is some malfunction or you have deleted the videos. In fact, everything is super simple. And it's too bad. YouTube just decided that the channel was registered by a bot and not live people. And they blocked it. And the tech support of YouTube, unfortunately, doesn't respond so quickly as our DexNet service, and we've been fighting for that channel for quite a while. Hopefully we'll win soon. I'm sorry, I haven't been following the company for the staking as well. I bought my node quite a while ago. I would like to learn which services of the company can a regular user use. Already you can start using Dex Mobile. You can download and start using it and use the decentralized mobile service. You can start using DexPM, DexSAFE, DexPoint. It's contentious service because I wouldn't call it a client-based service. It's what we need. And DexCloud, of course, those people who want to store their data in a decentralized way can use DexCloud, of course. DexPoint application is going to continue to exist, and what changes can we expect in future? Yes, guys, it will continue to exist, but we're going to reorient it to X1. At the beginning of the AMA session, we're going to rebrand it, but don't worry. If you use DexPoint, it continues to generate DexNet tokens for you. And in the application, we're going to do that conversion algorithm, and then it will continue working with X1 coins. Can we expect a DexPoint application update? Yes, you can expect it. Good evening. Tell us, please, when can we expect the supply of rings? Friends, I don't want to give you any deadlines here. There's one important thing here that we were highlighted and we didn't expect it in China now. It's New Year, Chinese New Year coming soon, and they won't be able to do the shipment that we counted on. We have to simply wait long enough when their New Year ends, and then we'll be able to ship the rings to all the people who order them. Moreover, once again, whatever is being done is done for a reason. Throughout that period of time, we're going to update the application. The Android application is being fully tested now. The iOS application is going to be rolled out very soon. So in a couple of additional weeks, while the Chinese are celebrating their new year, we're going to start shipping out the product with a ready-to-use application that would be a fully robust product that you'll be able to start using. So it's very close. We're working on that. But once again, there are things that do not fully depend on us, unfortunately. I was thinking about this. I've been working with China for 4 years, so we are still not used to them celebrating their new year in February. Yeah, after New Year, they will start shipping out, and we'll be improving what we have on our side. Everything will be done on time, I can promise. When we'll be able to collect in Dubai office the ring that I bought, as soon as we have them in Dubai, I guess we'll notify our clients. Who'll be able to organize it through the tech support. I have three, or rather two questions here. DexSAFE, Dex Mobile are available through Google Play. Please explain how the security and accessibility of services can change if Google is restricted, or will we need a KYC procedure to get access? How can it affect the decentralization message of the company? Will it affect other companies of similar service providers? I will start answering a question from the end. Virtually all the companies depend on the suppliers of such services. So business world is interacted. Not a single company can exist torn apart from the whole other business world. So all of us depend on each other, one company on the others, and so on. But there is one solution, but we cannot reveal it just yet. Yeah, it's too early, too early. As soon as we're done with that, we're going to tell you about that. But I will largely solve this problem for you, I guess. So far, for Google to be restricted, for that, they need to come up with a rationale, a motive why they will do that. I don't think it will happen tomorrow. By the time when they will start thinking about it, we'll be fully prepared with our solution. I guess Ilona is asking a question rather about Google introducing such a practice. So there are already rumors that Google is preparing the procedure of KYC for the download. Then Google is planning to block Android devices so that they would not install third-party applications. Then only Google Play will be the main hub to install applications. I understand people's fears here. I don't know. If I tell them that we knew before and that it will happen, it will be too much to say. But we had a general idea that there is such a risk. That's why when at the beginning of my AMA session, I said that it's not a fact that we won't be able to sell more physical DEX nodes, that we are already working on new node designs. Yes, it's just a matter of future designs, not maybe matter of 2026. But the fact that we're already looking into the future and understand that if all of a sudden iOS or Apple block access to our application, not only our application, others as well, what to do with that. And we already have an answer to that, but just that we cannot answer it until we cover it with testing and find out that we already have it in place as a working solution. We're prepared to enter the market with that. First of all, to avoid questions when. Secondly, not to give you empty promises, because it's quite likely that something will change, because it's life. If you're planning something a few years ahead, it's very rarely when you exercise your plans to the T. Usually there are billions of changes along the way. And what we know now is very much different from what we have to know to achieve our goal, because only people who are flexible enough to match the changes can achieve their goals. Under the current realities, it's very hard to manage the changes and achieve additional results with the new changes ahead of you. This is very important indeed. And I guess that within that period of time, we have demonstrated that we can really fit or ourselves to the changes in the market on new conditions. And we have plans B and C here. But as Alexis said, it's too early to talk about it just yet. Yes, there is an interesting guy here called Charles Darwin. I'm not sharing his theories, especially related to the development of species, but there are some wisdoms in what he said. He said it's not the survival of the strongest, but the survival of the fittest. And many people forget it because some people think that I'm strong enough and I can break through the concrete wall. The problem is that those people who were brought up in a different generation, they fail to understand this and they hit a wall when they're not prepared to embrace a change. And that's how companies shut down. But in this realities, I guess we need to be prepared for change to make sure that we fit it to the market, because the market is moving so quickly. Everybody is seeing the progress of the market and the whatever is happening on the market. You just need to be prepared for the change. You don't need to hit the wall 300 times when you just can circumnavigate it and go around it. Thank you, Igor. Yes, let's move on. Second question from Ilona. There will be the DexSAFE functions. Will there be a market reports? And will the users be able to do all the operations without the use of moving to the exchange? Thank you, everyone who provides access to technologies and DexNet technologies. I thank you, your families, and each employee. Thank you, Ilona. Thank you for your kind words. You come from Riga, Latvia. To answer your question, what will be the DexSAFE functions? They will be somewhat different. Some things will change because the market reports will be removed from the application, but whether you'll be able to use and do all the operations without the movement to the exchange, yes, some of them will be done like that. Why do we remove the market reports? Because the DexSAFE application is a fully decentralized application which doesn't have a server, and in which all the data are processed on the fly, instantaneously. How does it usually happen in the traditional world? There is a server. On that server, we roll out the core of that wallet through API. It is connected to other services, including also market reports, and the application receives the result generated by the server. If something changes, let's say if the service changes its API, then whatever you see there, not everything, you might see truncated reports, or it will have a different depiction. We just simply deactivate it on our service. You have a different reports and you will fail to notice some errors or mistakes. But because the DexSAFE in each separate smartphone is directly connected to the services that demonstrate the market reports, what have we encountered? We saw when the service introduces changes to API interfaces and the whole DexSAFE goes down, and even transactions can go on hang. And we cannot do anything with that, unfortunately, only to relaunch the DexSAFE and ask all the users to update it. Some people update it, some people have auto update, others don't have auto update, and they fail to update it. And with the decentralization does have its advantages, but also disadvantages, because decentralization is good for the security, but it's bad for servicing, and sometimes it is impossible to be serviced or maintained. That's why some things will be removed from that. And separate thanks to you for your support and kind words, not only addressed to Igor and I and our families, but each one of our employees, because DexNet is not only about me and Igor, it's about a whole company, a whole team. And there are many of us here. Great. Let's move on. 4 questions remaining, not many. Hello. I'm interested in 2 questions about companies' development policy for the future as for renting out its own computation powers of DexNet service to potential clients in case of onboarding of large corporate clients. Which computation powers will be made available to them or take into consideration specific technical specs as far as the specs are concerned. And this moment in time for corporate clients, we consider disk space, SSD disk space for our own needs. We consider the computation power of the processor and the operational memory because some data are processed by our DEX nodes. They're not related to the storage of data. Under what conditions will there be cooperation between DexNet and the owners or operators of it's based on the public offer contract. You can read all the provisions in those papers based on which you will be cooperating with us. So in other words, when you'll be buying the DEX node, you automatically click to next to the public offer contract. These 2 documents regulate these activities, or rather our interaction or relationship of DexNet with you, our customers, who keep their DEX nodes functional and plugged in. My recommendation for you is to look up those documents. If you have any questions about them, you can go to a lawyer or write to a tech support, and guys can help you with that. And the final question now, I hope final question. Alexa, Igor, hello. I have one delicate question about security for you. Okay. I need to, if we're talking about security, I'm not going to read that, the name and the city of that person. I need to have an exchange or have a chat with a person from another country, but to make sure that it's a chat of 2 people and not a public speaking. Okay, I can tell you about that. Also tell me, please, what is the best way to do that? Use DexPN and speak over Telegram, WhatsApp, or rather take Dex Mobile and dial directly the phone number of the interlocutor? How to make sure that people who want to tap our phone would not be able to overhear us. Thank you for your question. Let's do it one at a time. First thing, if you want to have 100% secure, non-overheard person, never use any electronic means, no smartphones, no laptops or notebooks. Best way is to organize a personal meeting. At that time, the person will leave their smartphone in their hotel room. You leave your phone in your hotel room. You walk next to the seashore and communicate. And what would better still if you have a scrambler device on you. This is the ideal case scenario, because any device that you might own in a pocket with a microphone potentially is somebody's ear. Those tappers or people who overhear you. If speaking about Telegram and WhatsApp, under no circumstances, no secret chats, nothing ever works like this. The Telegram was compromised as early as in 2022, and I'm talking about the secret chats in the Telegram. I personally encountered situations when Telegram chat, secret chat in Telegram proved to be totally holy. It was March of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Can you imagine what's happening there now after Pavel visited France, and when Europe can officially read all the communications, not from Telegram and WhatsApp, but Signal as well, and Viber, of course. We can go through the whole list. So guys, there is too high a risk here. Everything depends on what you want to discuss. The ideal case scenario is to have a one-on-one without wearing any smart watches or electronic tokens, no tablet PCs. Go to the noisy place where nobody can be next to you best way when you're walking along the beach, walking on the sand, when the closest person to you is 100 meters from you. There you'll be able to communicate safely. All the rest is insecure, and there are no guarantees that people won't be able to overhear what you're saying. And to put it simpler, if a person lives in another country, then wait for our messenger. It will be one of the safest ways for communication and exchange of information. Just give us some more time. You'll be able to use that service. Yes, wait a bit, because with that messenger, all our company, DexNet and X1, we use only that messenger to do the phone calls and the exchange text messages, because this messenger is the safest. So it happens. It was developed by very smart people, and it was integrated into our DexNet network. It's indeed very safe. But even with that messenger, to have a total security, you connected Dex Mobile, then security goes to 99.9%, because we realize how messages work. We understand how Dex mobiles work, why I still have 0.01% of vulnerability, because I don't know what your smartphone might have installed, what other applications, even if you're using safe messenger like ours, when you're writing text is one thing, but when you're recording a voice message, we don't know what other applications are tapping your microphone. And if you might be using a totally secure communication channel, but you're talking, you're creating noise, you're doing voice messaging, and some other malware can record your voice messages also. So please be extra careful. There is always a risk. Let's put it this way, to be fully honest with you. Even if you're walking the beach, there is no guarantee that the local dolphin won't have a device attached to it to listen to what you're saying. So be extra careful. Now about Dex Mobile, you will ask the question, is it better to take Dex Mobile and dial directly? The person, Dex Mobile doesn't have no numbers. Dex Mobile SIM card doesn't have the number that you can connect the traffic to the internet that you're using. You won't be able to call that person. Won't be able to receive the phone call from that SIM card to your phone, but you'll be able to use the internet data. Talking about Telegram and WhatsApp, they're using only data, internet data. Dex Mobile also works through internet data. There is no phone number, but if you will be using Messenger, which is now integrated into DexNet, and Dex Mobile for the traffic and internet, it's a full jackpot. You'll be fully protected to the maximum as it is possible nowadays. If you take even new clean smartphone just bought and you install that messenger there, Dex Mobile, and for some time you'll be totally secure until you start installing other third-party applications there. I hope I have answered that question. Yes, I hope you have answered. Let's touch upon yet another question. I guess many people are curious about it. They might have seen our announcement about the DexNet office. Yes, friends, it's very important to understand, because there are many questions related to that, guys. It's absolutely transparent and simpler than you imagine. Our DexNet office is becoming closed office, because DexNet company remains to be an IT company as the main developer. You don't need to use 200, 300 meters for the company to house the company. Moreover, the biggest part of the employees are placed all over the world in a centralized way. So the office of DexNet is moving to operate in a closed format. And with that piece of news, we're preparing the next stage when we'll be opening the office for X1 EcoChain. We're looking at different locations already. We'll make the announcement when it will happen from the blockchain, where that office will be opened. In any case, it will happen. And then the office X1 EcoChain will continue its operation in the open format. which you will be able to visit. There will be different rules how to do that, but the main idea is that DexNet will be an open format. You don't need to think hard twice about it. It will be done through IT technologies, and the X1 EcoChain, of course, have a representation office. Soon we'll tell you about it. You will see it yourself. It will be officially inaugurated and opened. It's super easy. Do you have anything to add, Alexei? There's nothing to add. You've said everything. The only thing to add here, maybe Aslan is writing, I think he repeats his message to me already. As for the replacement of Node, there was a story about that. And the token compensation while the node was rebooted. Maybe not everybody reads the messages Aslan received his node. It went faulty. Then it was replaced. But while it was being replaced, Aslan is asking question what happens to that. I'm greenlighting this decision. It's just that please write about this to the tech support, and our team is aware of your situation. So I'm sure we'll find a solution for you. Don't worry about that. Most importantly, that you own the Dex node, it works. It's a done deal. The rest, we can find a solution for that as well. Yes. There's also a question, Ale is asking a question about the potential influence with the advent of the team and so on, when 10,000 Dex nodes will be sold. And are you going to submit 5,000 coins before or after the listing? Well, it can happen before or after. It depends on how soon the remaining nodes are going to be sold out, because we have certain sales plan for the month of February. If everything goes according to the plan, it can happen before the listing. So we can guarantee nothing here, but we have plans, we have goals, and we shall try to achieve them as quickly as possible. If 10,000 nodes will be sold before the listing, it will be our ideal case scenario. Then we'll be able to focus on other things and represent them. It will be done after closing down the 20,000 Dex nodes. Thank you very much, Igor. Mikhail is writing here. Also, he see his question repeated twice here. Will DexPN add more countries to the list of countries? Yes, more countries will be added, definitely. That's the brief answer to your question. Good. I guess we have done it within 1 hour and 10 minutes, guys. I guess we have answered most of your questions. If there are some outstanding questions left, very soon we'll organize additional AMA session where you'll be able to ask additional questions. But again, to be abreast of all the news, please subscribe and follow our official Telegram channels, because that's where we post all the relevant information about blockchain. All the rest you will see as soon as we release that information. The team working on this, they're professional people, and you will see yourself the progress made in the directions that they are responsible for. And the CEO and the CCO, who we also have, Amir and Chris and the whole team, that they have reinforced all our directions. You will see the progress very soon. So we do everything humanly possible to scale up our operations for the beginning of the listing and Mainnet, so that we are not like no longer a startup, but a robust blockchain and product that can compete with top 3 or 5 blockchains of the world. That's our aspiration. Thank you, Igor. Friends, once again, I have to apologize for the lack of answers to some of the questions that you're writing to the chat of the Zoom, but hopefully you take it with a grain of salt, our understanding, because we have done it for longer than 1 hour. But most importantly, we have answered all the questions from the question form that you prepared beforehand. And I would also thank you for your support, for your kind words. Can you please provide the feedback demonstrating how useful that AMA session is? People are writing, can you please organize such AMA sessions at least twice a week? No problem, but first we need to do some work. What we found 1 hour from our work, but basically we stole this 1 hour from other work assignments. We want to do some not only speaking but doing things as well. Igor C just entered his home place right after office. I'm going to drive on now after this meeting. I have other business arrangements to attend to. Okay, but we're having fun with what we're doing here. We have grown used to that, to be restrained, because first we wanted to tell everybody about our plans, like we're doing this, and that, but then we realized it doesn't make sense to reveal everything, because as soon as we do something, we reveal that information. Many questions you were asking about whether will be this or that, there will be everything. You are writing the right questions in the chat. Just give us some time before we make the official announcement. Okay, on that note, I would like to thank everybody for your participation, for your activity, for your questions. I guess we have heard a lot of useful things, a lot of updates and news, and whatever is happening behind the scenes. Dear friends, we are on the right path. We are preparing for everything that we have announced for the listing and the Mainnet and other things to make sure that we scale up, move forward, and develop our ecosystem. I wish everybody a nice evening. Thank you, Alexei, for your updates, your participation. I'd like to thank our team for assisting in this Zoom, in broadcast. Enjoy the rest of the evening. See you next time. I thank everybody. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye-bye.